Oh boy, I feel like Mater. I'm the first one on the new road. Yeah. Hey guys, Hanjo. I'm at the greeter. Oh, I know this is crazy. I'm not dodging road grates or anything like that. We actually finally zipped up this road a little bit. So, gonna get out for a little spin because we got a rainy stretch coming up. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's going to stick to my tires or not, so I'm going to take it easy for a minute. So anyway, yeah, it's been a minute, huh? So I put out a couple of videos prior to this one that were actually from the junk drawer. And so this is actually my first time back from my surgery. And so it's wonderful to be back on two wheels. So it's, yeah, we got mid-October happening. And yeah, schedule's been a little bit crazy. And so I'm happy to be stuck with you. And I can see I can see it's probably, yeah, I don't know, man, what is it? It was in the 60s today, but we had a chilly stretch, you know, chilly mornings and some gloomy days. So 60s feels really good. So again, I don't know about you guys, but I struggle with the change of seasons, and it's going to sound weird, but I forget which season I'm in and which one I'm headed towards. So like right now, well, we could be headed for spring. I don't know. I look at the calendar, but I forget. So I don't know if that's, well, it's, you know, I'm out of school. I haven't been teaching for a few years. So maybe that has something to do with it. Because when I was in school, you know, always looking forward to the next break. And it's not that I didn't like my job. Actually, I really didn't like certain parts of my job. But it's not that so much that I didn't like my job, but it's nice to have waypoints. You know, when you're hiking, it's nice to know where's the next trailhead. What's the next big, you know, waypoint, you know, or, you know, is there a cairn in the distance that I can make my way towards? You know, something to give a little inspiration for the interstitial grind. And so, you know, right this time of year, well, we would have just come off, you know, well, you know, some folks call it Columbus-Day, and some folks call it Indigenous Peoples Day and whatnot. Other folks call it nothing. It's just another day at work. So I won't get into the whole debate about whether it should be called Columbus Day or not. I'm not particularly fond of the guy, and I've heard arguments on the other side like, well, we should get rid of the name Indigenous Peoples Day because of all the murder and slavery that they used to do and blah blah blah. Well, you know what, guys, they didn't have a chance to turn it around, right? Because other people came and you know, infected them with smallpox and murdered them and did all kinds of unspeakable things and stole the land. So they didn't have a chance, if that's your argument, to reform themselves from within. And certainly reforming them from without, well, you see what that did, right? So it makes me happy that I'm from a line of mutts. I mean, I'm a mutt. You know, I did the DNA test and all that stuff, and you know, I'm not from one particular place. Not that that matters. I suppose wow, look at this. I suppose I'm from America, North America, United States of America to be specific. And but before that, I don't really know where where was I twirling around in the ether before that. But I'm going to say, if you're going to go with that argument about get rid of Indigenous Peoples Day and keep Columbus Day, then I'm going to say to that, then good. When some other, you know, God willing, some other culture comes in and wipes you out, then I'm not going to feel bad. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how else to voice it. You know, we'll give you no chance at all to reform your attitudes. and then historically people can just lie about you and do all kinds of stuff. So how's that sound? Is that a fair deal? So anyway, I don't know. It says Columbus Day and Indigenous Peoples Day on my calendar, and normally for me though it's another day of work. So yeah, I was still in recovery from my nose surgery, but my doctor gave me the go-ahead. So today, here we go, and I'm happy to be back. In spite of what sounds like complaining, I'm happy to be back. And although I can't quite be back at work yet, you know, I'm around a lot of dust and such. Is there a stop sign there? I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go. And I know there's a stop sign there, but I looked and I couldn't see it on the pole. It was exactly to the side. Oh, so I'll leave you with this. I've had two friends. You ever accidentally walk into a door? I mean, like, not walk through the door, but like walk into a door. So I had a friend. Gee whiz, is it two friends that the same thing happened to? Yeah. So you ever have a door that's slightly open, and when you are looking towards the doorway, you don't see the door itself right away because it's slightly open, and it's that super skinniest it can possibly be? So I've had two friends walk straight into that and have to go to the hospital and get stitches on their foreheads. Well, one of my friends was moving very quickly, and the other one, I think, he was dragging something really heavy. So it wasn't really any, like, these are not idiots, as I guess is what I'm getting at. It was, yeah, I mean, it was their fault because their body propelled their foreheads into the edge of a door, but it kind of wasn't their fault because the door was really hard to see. And there you go. And that's like, oh, how'd you get that neat scar? Well, I don't want to talk about it. So I don't know, man. Anything like that's happened to you? We're getting close to Halloween. I'll tell you one thing, just so I'm not, you know, defaming other people's character and leaving my own unsullied. But at one point in college, I decided I wanted to hang Halloween lights on my bunk bed. So there I was, hanging Halloween lights on my bunk bed, and it was a really hard to reach spot. They were wooden bunks my first year, and so I had to hammer a nail into a hard to reach spot. So what I did was I held the nail on the inside of the door frame where I couldn't see, and then I aimed the hammer at the nail, which in fact was directly opposite my forehead. And when I swung towards my own face to hit the nail, which I could not see, the hammer skipped off the bunk frame and hit me square between the eyes and the forehead. And a little trickle of blood happened. And my roommate, and not for the last time, just looked up from his studies, shook his head, and went about his business. That's my legacy, folks. So anyhow, that's it. Yeah. Oh, what a day. So that's long enough. I think the next episode, can we call this an episode? I think the next one I'm going to talk about my surgery, and it will be like maybe a Halloween episode. It'll be, maybe I'll put in all the grislies, all the gory details. And with that, would you enjoy that? Would you skip it? Would it get a lot of views? Do I care about views? Obviously not. Well, anyhow, what's up, dude? Yeah. No, don't wave. That was a good example. He gave me a little flick of the finger and then realized he was going around a corner. So if you're going around a corner, or if you're in a precarious situation like this, feel free to not wave, because you'd rather not wave and risk offending someone who has super thin skin than to wave and crash for no real good reason. That makes sense? I remember a good friend of mine, who will go unnamed, almost crashed. He was fairly new to riding, and he was in like it was like a hard turn or something was going on, and he gave the down low, and almost dumped the bike in a corner, which would have been real bad. As I pass a bunch of dumped bikes on the corner. So yeah, anyway, that's all I got for you today. This is just kind of a this is a Seinfeld. This is an episode about nothing. And except to say I'm real happy to be back, and you know, breathing real well through my nose, and or way better than I have historically. And so hey, maybe I'll go back to singing at some point too, and all that stuff. So hey, let me know, do I sound any different? I'm not sure. I'm still a little stuffy. There's still a lot of packing that has to come out. But I feel pretty good. I'll feel pretty good. All right, guys, Matt the Greeter, I care about you. I will check in with you soon. I'll take you around this corner. A little bit of random fresh pavement. I'm not sure why they paved this tiny stretch, but well, I enjoyed it. Did you? I'll talk to you soon, guys. Bye.